So today started off promising. I came to this cafe to do some writing, knock out some words, and hopefully iron out some kinks that I had in my writing. But instead, after picking up my phone 20 minutes prior, I spent 2.5 hours dealing with technical issues. And so it was a very frustrating experience for me, and thus I left this coffee shop with a working phone, but no progress on my novel. But hey, you win some, you lose some, I guess. And this cafe was still really nice to be at. I liked the cozy vibes it has, and the food was pretty good. I'm going to look at this as an opportunity to come back and try again some other day.
He's my kind of people. Alright, so things didn't really pan out for Friday, but that's okay because Saturday redeemed it. Some friends and I went to Botanica, which is essentially like a plant museum, for lack of a better term, in my city that has different themed gardens, including a butterfly house, a Shakespeare garden, which is not as cool as it sounds, but it was still kind of cool, and a koi pond, which I absolutely love koi. I think it's a beautiful fish. I don't ever really think about what my favorite fish is, but if I had one, it would be that. There were plans to visit some other locations, like the Chinese Friendship Garden, and then there's like a children's area, which is apparently really cool to look at. But by the time we started getting around to those places, my phone was at 3% and everyone was getting exhausted, so it was time to go. We were there for a good few hours though, so it was pretty cool. And another cool thing about it is that they had this special exhibit which was origami themed, and I love origami. I love the art of it so much, and I was really excited to see all the different sculptures that were origami themed, and it was just a really cool special edition, you know? The buffalo is paying close attention
to being albino.
And this neon yellow horse over here scoping out its prey. But the horse won't go down without a fight. It has scissors and a crane, buddy. It was my first time going too, and I've lived in this city for like 23 years or so, and the fact that I've never been is a travesty. I am glad I went now. I have corrected a wrong that I didn't know needed to be correcting until today. But after Botanica, we went to the library and did some writing, and that was really, really good. I was kind of bummed I didn't get to write at the coffee shop yesterday, but that's okay because I made a decent progress in the library. I was kind of struggling a little bit with the characterization of my female main character. I feel like I kind of wrote her into a little bit of a box with her Coralie, her personality, her character traits, all of that. But talking a little bit with the friends I went with, who are also writers, it's great, and writing out some of her answers to like interview questions or whatever to try and get to know her a little bit, that helped a lot. And I think I'm gonna kind of continue answering those interview questions and just really like think about how my female main character interacts with the world, what she believes, and all that stuff. I think all of that needs to be fleshed out a bit more before I can really dive into the relationship she has with the main male character, because right now she feels kind of one note in my brain, and maybe she's not, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't know. I just want her to have more of a personality than she currently does and be a little bit less one-track minded, I guess. I don't know. I'm still trying to think through things. Plus, you know, characterizing her a bit more will help help contribute to her character arc and the growth journey that she has for that. So I'm probably going to do that the next few days, starting probably Monday, because tomorrow is going to be crazy busy. Also, while I was at the library, I forgot to grab the book for this little update video, but I'll show like little b-roll footage of it, I guess. But I got this really pretty book. It's one of those ones that has like a fancy cover and then like sprayed, I think, edges. It just looks really, really cool. And the little book blurb piqued my interest as well. It's apparently a dark epic fantasy, which I'm kind of nervous about because of the dark aspect of it. Like I've said in a previous video, I like stories that have hopeful themes, and a lot of dark fantasy or dark stories in general don't really fill that bucket for me, but it's something I'm still going to check out. If I don't like it, no harm, no foul, because I borrowed it and I didn't have to spend any actual money. Support your local library, guys. Those places are magical and they do so much for people, and a lot of them need help. Tomorrow's plan. There's a couple things that I want to need to do. I realized that the last time I made any goals was in January of last year, so I am long overdue for setting new ones. So tomorrow morning, I'm gonna try and get up a couple hours earlier than I usually do, or at least an hour earlier. A couple might be pushing it, and seriously think about what I want to do for the last 6 months of 2026 and what I want to hope to achieve. I might create a visual aid for them on Monday, just because I really like designing those type of things, but we'll see how much energy I'll have, because this weekend has just been kind of crazy, and tomorrow's gonna be crazy, and it's been all good things, but like homie might need a break. And so tomorrow I am meal prepping with a friend, and tonight we gotta put together, it's like almost 11 o'clock right now, and we gotta put together a grocery list and try to do a pickup order and do all that stuff. Hopefully it's not too late to get them at a decent time, because grocery shopping and cooking a bunch of food in the same day is honestly a bit too much. But we're also making like meals in the crock pot, so hopefully that will give me enough time to also squeeze in some writing time, because I'm really excited about the direction my story is going, and I want to work on it. I want to see where this takes me. Although I might be packing in a little bit too much, honestly. I need to remember to give myself some grace and chill out if things don't go like according to plan, which they probably won't, because I don't believe that anything could go perfectly the way you want it to. But turns out, like, when things don't go the way I planned, that's a little bit of a frustration point for me. It seemed like so many things were going wrong on Friday and this morning, which all of it turned out fine. It's fine. But at the time, I was just like so frustrated. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's a thing I never really realized about myself. As of right now, though, I am gonna go to bed so I can actually get up early and not feel like a zombie. Yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow.
In another adventure of not being able to do things in the time that I wanted to do them, I didn't get to write out and set any goals until like the mid-afternoon. Actually late afternoon. I think it was like 6 o'clock when I was filmed these clips. And this was during when we had the food in the crock pot and we were waiting for it to cook. But I did come up with a few goals that I'm going to talk about soon. But here is some honey sesame chicken that we made. And then the other crock pot has some Thai coconut peanut butter type of chicken. But we didn't finish it all until like 9 p.m. So it was wild.
Good morning. So quick update. Sunday was as crazy as I thought it would be. There was a lot of cooking that we did after church, and we got actually quite a late start. We'd started the meal around 3:30, and then it took 3 hours for it to cook. I was so drained just during the process of it all that I did not do any writing, and I really wanted to, but I was just like, I do not have the brain power for this right now. And honestly, I'm beginning to wonder if maybe I don't understand my limitations as well as I thought I did. I often think I have the brain space and the energy to be able to do things, and then I'll like pile all these different things on my plate, so to speak, and then the time comes and I'm like completely drained. I deteriorate pretty quickly energy wise. I have a myriad of issues that affect my sleep. And I somehow forget that each morning when I wake up feeling somewhat energized. But that energy usually doesn't last longer than like a couple hours. And then I'm just like, I could sleep right now. I could use a nap right now. But even with knowing that I have issues with sleep and that affects my energy levels and all this other stuff, I sometimes still feel a bit frustrated when my capacity doesn't match up with what I want to do, doesn't match up with my plans or my goals. And whenever that happens, I have to remind myself that, hey, it's okay. Like, even if it can only handle doing 40%, as long as you're doing 40%, you're still putting forth 100% of the effort you can make. And I'm pretty sure I've said that in a previous video too, but like, I forget things so easily. I just need to learn to accept where I'm at capacity-wise and just do what I can. Then Monday came around, and that was mostly a rest day for me. On Monday, I finished up the rest of the meal because we decided to wait till Monday to cook the quinoa, and then also clean dishes in general from cooking and stuff. My phone is like slowly going up, isn't it? My tripod broke recently, and I'm waiting on my new one to come in, and so I am currently balancing my phone on top of a book that's on its side. Anyway, so here is the goal. I am almost hesitant to make any more like daily goals just because of the capacity thing, but the tentative loose goal is I really want to hone in on the characterization of my female main character and maybe a little bit also for my main male character, although he currently feels more layered than she does, which is interesting because I spend a lot more time with her. As I develop her further, I want to continue working on the first draft and all that stuff. So character interviews, maybe profiles if I think about it, and more words for the first draft. And as promised, I am going to share some of my mid-year goals. Goal number 1, I did try to low-key follow the SMART goal method. By December 2026, I want to write 300 to 500 words like 5 times a week. I wrote at least, but I'm going to be a little more looser than that. To double my word count to around 70,000. If I write more, absolutely fantastic. We're going to celebrate that. But I'm not going to set the goal to finish the first draft by the end of the year. I've tried that last year and it did not pan out like at all. I'm pretty sure I wrote like 10,000 words before I like got a major writer's block and didn't write for like 8 months. And 2, with the rate I've been going, it's probably not realistic for me to expect to finish the first draft in a little over 6 months. So, but who knows? I might surprise myself. Goal number 2 is to flesh out my main characters and until I know them really well, and to finish the character interviews and create profiles. I want to accomplish this kind of like by the end of July, so I'm giving myself like a month and a half to do this. And I think one of my side characters, who's like a prominent part of the little adventuring party, is also gonna get like fleshed out a little bit more. I'm not gonna go as far as like the interview with her, but since she shows up a lot, I think I should at least like write out a profile and then figure out who she is a little bit. But she doesn't really get a POV, she's just like a supporting character. Goal 3 is to read 5 more books, including 2 on my current TBR. I potentially want to read a nonfiction book as one of them. Maybe something related to sociology or psychology, which I'm studying to be a therapist, so psychology is a big thing. But I also really like sociology and social issues and advocacy and stuff like that. I think it's all good and interesting and important, not only to me as a person, but to the counseling profession. And so I kind of want to like learn a little bit more about, I don't know what yet, but something. I've also been really into like apologetics and Christian theology in general, so I might read a book about that, but we'll see. Nonfiction books are a lot harder for me to read for obvious reasons than fiction books, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll just really get in the mood one day to read something nonfiction and then I just like go for it, you know, or a very specific topic or something. Number 4 is not as like set in stone, I guess. Like I don't really know what I'm doing for this one, but number 4 is to learn a new skill, maybe piano or something a little more artsy. It definitely depends on the skill chosen of whether or not I can accomplish this goal, because it might take me a hot minute to learn depending on what it is. I know enough about piano where that goal wouldn't be so hard than if I were to take up like knitting. I'm not going to take up knitting. I have no interest in yarn work, but like that just is an example. But I'm also like definitely leaning towards something more artsy and hands-on. I occasionally like to work with clay. I like to sculpt things. I like creating like scrapbook style art pieces, and of course painting on canvas is really fun and really relaxing. But I kind of wanted to do and learn something else, something more, and something that doesn't require technology. I am on my phone, my computer, my tablet far too much. If I were to combine all of my screen times into one, like how much am I looking at a screen per day? It's probably like most of my day, and that is quite sad. I think that's part of the reason why I'm also like really getting into like purchasing physical books instead of just reading them on the library app. Like I need to stop using screens so much. It's like the gist of the thing. So yeah, those 4 goals is what I'm gonna hope to achieve. And yeah, I am going to do some character interviews after lunch and hopefully work a little bit on my first draft. I don't know, I might also play Windrose, which is like an open world survival game that's pirate themed. I've really been into it lately, so I might do that too, at least for a little bit. Hopefully it's a little bit and not all day, because I can get sucked in really easily. I will try to be disciplined, but I cannot make any promises.
I dream of dancing in the kitchen till 3 in the morning. The only light comes from the moon. Falling deeply in love without any warning. Staying in bed till the late afternoon. We won't need anyone else to party. Only us with the radio loud. I don't know what kind of mess I just started, but at least I know that I'm safe and
Bruh.
sound.
I'm a little disappointed. I told myself I would answer interview questions after lunch, and that did not happen. I'm working on them now, but I had plans to do some things with friends in like 10 minutes. And it's really something that I wanted to start earlier, but it happened. Exactly what I thought would happen happened. I got sucked into the game, and I played that for a long time. I mean, it's okay. It's just not the best use of time. It was fun, but like I kind of wish I was a little more productive. It's just something I really struggle with now that I think about it, where it's like I set my mind to do something, but like as soon as something shiny and new and fun comes along, that's all I can like think about or want to focus on or want to do. It might be the unmedicated ADHD. Like I would not be surprised at all if it was because of that, but it's just really hard for me to focus on anything. Except for the thing that I'm like really fixated on. And it's hard for me to really put my mind on things. I was gonna say on things I don't want to do, but honestly, sometimes on things I want to do too. Like my brain could not compute for the longest time about the interview questions, and I did get over that hump a bit and answered about 5 questions. I don't know. I'm just a little disappointed. I'm just a little bummed. I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know if it's something that I need to fix. And this is me probably overthinking, and it's probably like too late at night for me to really think about this in a realistic and rational way. I am pretty tired, and nights are usually kind of hard for me anyway with like my mental health issues, so I'm just kind of like, yeah, I should stop thinking and focus on the good things. Not in the sense of like, just be positive, because that's not always helpful. Like you need to be able to sit in your feelings and feel them, and not just like bury your negative feelings in a bunch of hogwash of positivity, because you're not really addressing the issue, you're just burying it, and that's not really helpful. So this is me acknowledging that I'm bummed, I'm feeling the feelings, but I'm also acknowledging that I did a lot of good today. I did answer 5 questions. I answered a question that stumped me when I was at the library earlier this weekend. I edited my video, this video that you're watching right now. I edited that for a little bit, and I really like what I have so far. I finally made the listing for my PlayStation. I'm selling my PS4, and for some reason, making the listing caused so much anxiety, but you know what? It's done. It's listed. After that, it's just like, it's in God's hands. Like, if someone buys it, which I really hope someone buys it, then cool. If not, then I guess I'll move on to the next thing. I'm gonna have a good rest of my night. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends now. I'm not even gonna attempt to say what I'm gonna do tomorrow, because honestly, I don't know. I feel like I've never knew this whole vlog. Besides like Botanica, that's like the only thing I really knew. And I guess cooking. But yeah, you guys will come to realize a week of my life is basically just me fumbling around through life and trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing with myself. Because oftentimes I do not know. Especially now in this season of waiting. At this point, I think I need to just accept that I am a mid-afternoon writing girly, or I guess early evening writing girly, because it is like 7 o'clock. Whenever I get up in the morning, sometimes it takes me a long time to get up, and then when I do get up, I never want to do anything productive. I just want to relax. I just want to get my day started on the lighter note. Usually, I don't end up doing anything until at least 2 or 3 p.m. I don't know how that's going to work very well with when I start practicum and start counseling clients, because for the most part, most business hours for these types of places are morning and afternoon. So that might be something that I need to adjust before August, but as of right now, I am a mid-afternoon girly. I am finally going to start doing work on my novel, and I want to talk a little bit about my characters and the things I'm discovering with these little interviews, at least for my female main character, which, as I've said before, isn't very fleshed out. At least not to the standard I would like her to be fleshed out before I really dive into more of the draft. But right now, I really want something sweet, so I am going to make a Greek yogurt parfait, some frozen berries that I'm gonna mix in, some good old-fashioned cherry berry blend, which is like my favorite. I love berries. That's my favorite type of fruit. So I'm gonna do that, and I also got granola recently that I'm going to try. So this is like Kodiak blueberry vanilla granola that's apparently packed with protein. I've never tried this brand before, but oh, it's made with coconut oil. That's cool. But it says it has 16 grams of protein per serving, and I'm trying to get more protein and fiber in my diet, so a 2/3 cup. I don't know if I'm gonna use that much, but I'm hoping it'll be good. I am gonna make that, and then we're gonna do a little bit of writing. Oh, it smells really, really good. We're upping the nostalgia factor a little bit with this yogurt by my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cup. And by the way, Leonardo was always my favorite. This character interview process is actually really fun because it's like I get to be in my character's head a little bit more and just like answer these questions how she would answer them. And there are some parts of it where I'm just like, I have no idea how she would react to this. I don't really know what she would say, especially since like she's naturally a pretty guarded person with people that she doesn't really know all that well. So I just pretended that this interviewer or whatever was someone that she did know, at least to the point of like she would be honest and open and not like, I'm not gonna answer that because I don't know you like that, you know? One of the questions unlocked a piece of her backstory that I didn't really know she had, but like as I thought about it, I was like, that makes a lot of sense considering the things she's been through in her core life. I'm not gonna get too spoilery into it, not gonna get super into the weeds, but one of the questions was, tell me about a time when you truly felt safe. And I'm like, ooh, that's a tough one just because of her backstory. It's like, I don't know if she's ever really felt safe. Like, she probably could have been safe, but there is definitely a difference between being safe and feeling like you're safe. And I have little, like, I guess, notes that the interviewer took about body language and stuff like that. With the note I have for the beginning of this answer was, thanks for a long time frowning when it seems like something saddening dawns on her. And I'm just like, I did not know that about her, but it makes a lot of sense, and I really like it. I really like it, and I think that's gonna feed really well into her personality and why she's guarded now, and ooh, I like it. I've also realized that my character is like actually pretty sassy when things don't really make sense to her, and she likes to pride herself on logic. Her logical conclusions aren't always the most logical. I mean, it is in her brain, and she's able to explain herself decently well at times, but like some of those conclusions aren't it, girly. Like, I don't know, like I see how you got there, and I'm saying that you're wrong. But that's just gonna be part of her journey, you know? It's gonna be part of her character arc, just realizing that some of the things she believes is wrong, which I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about this, and like I have this weird thing where I feel like I have to finish it before I can like work on the draft. which I know it's my all or nothing thinking coming up. And I know that I don't have to do it like that. I could just close this document right now and work on my draft. I might do that actually. I might do that for maybe 30 minutes. Honestly, I really want to play Winrose right now. It's a problem how much this game has a hold on me right now. I legit had to kind of force myself to stop playing earlier and work on this and work on other things because I just was so invested and I wanted to keep going. It's like, ah! And this happens sometimes where I just like get so invested, usually in a video game now that I think about it. I get so invested and I'll play it nonstop or at least play it quite often. And then I'll be like, okay, I'm done with it. And then put it down for like 4 months, you know? I feel like I veer back and forth between 0 and 100 like so often. And it's like, we need to have a balance here. I am going to give myself 30 more minutes. I am going to work till 9. It is 8:25. And then if I'm not too tired, it might be a bad idea to play a video game so close to bedtime. Do I have anything going on tomorrow? I have nothing going on tomorrow. I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. The problem is my body always naturally wants me to wake up at 8 a.m. so I probably really shouldn't do it. I'm probably gonna end up doing it. Okay, first things first, 30 minutes of writing. My quick energy loss actually came in handy because after I was done writing, I was like, wow, I cannot play anything right now. I need to go to bed. I need sleep. Even though it wasn't a conscious decision to make a healthy decision, I still ended up making the healthier decision, I guess. Well, at least my body made it for me. I can't take any credit for that. But I did manage to write between the 300 and 500 word count goal that I had set for myself Friday now, and I filmed that clip on Wednesday, and I haven't written on Thursday at all. I actually don't even remember what I did yesterday. What did I do yesterday? But in any case, that's all for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. It's a lot of fun doing these videos, and it's a lot of fun tracking and documenting my progress with not only my novel, but with life in general. As long as YouTube is up and running, it's kind of like a time capsule of like the things I've done over the years, and I think that's really, really cool. So if any of you have plans for the summer or any creative goals that you want to pursue, feel free to leave a comment down below. I would love to hear and interact with people. And we can swap fun stories or share about our writing journeys or whatever it is that we do, that you do. Be sure to give this video a like. It really helps my channel. And I will catch you guys in 2 weeks, hopefully, with another video. I'm really nervous that because I said in 2 weeks something's gonna come up and I'm not gonna be able to post in 2 weeks, but here is me saying that I am intending to do so, and hopefully things work out in that way. Anyway, before I shoot myself in the foot even further, I will catch you guys later. Bye!